My son had a devastating illness. It was an illness that started over 5 years ago. He was working on Wall Street. He was working in a sea of computers, and he'd have a cell phone in each ear. And he was exposed to a lot of chaotic electrical energy. So when he started to become ill, he was losing weight.
My father, being a well-known doctor, set me up at many clinics, including the Mayo Clinic, including Hippocrates. I spent hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to figure out what was wrong with me to get me back on track. Yet I kept deteriorating to the point where I was hospitalized at 83 pounds, and the doctors gave me a 1% chance of living. I like to say I was one breath from death.
We really didn't know what was going on in him. We tried all sorts of treatments, all sorts of modalities. He was biopsied in every area. He had all the screenings done possible, you know, to a human in a hospital environment. I literally had to put a catheter in his heart. I had to help a thoracic surgeon do that in Dallas.
6 or 9 months after the hospitalization stay, that I met John Thorp and used the instruments for the first time.
I actually thought I was going to lose him. I mean, I was terrified. And to have a doctor like myself, who at his disposal has, you know, hundreds of doctor friends, and you know, I lecture all over the place. I have to tell you that I was very disappointed in the way he was managed or handled by the medical profession, because we just didn't know what was going on.
At that time, I was still recovering. I was still trying to get all my body functions back, including going to the bathroom. I learned to walk again, talk again, many things.
When you think you're going to lose a child, you got to throw out the books. You have to learn everything you can. And basically, over the last 5 years, I learned about energy medicine.
At that time, when I first met John, I was experiencing a lot of ear pain and tinnitus. I had ear ringing. My first treatment was ear clip treatment, and immediately my results were incredible. I could hear better. I didn't have the pain. I was so ecstatic and extremely happy. I had also sustained an injury when I was in the hospital, just getting out of a chair, as I was so weak, and I had torn my infraspinatus muscle. So my shoulder, my right rotator cuff was very weak, and sometimes it was even hard to even eat food. After my first treatment, I felt like I had 50% of my shoulder back. Completely amazed. I was sold at that moment. So it was many months afterwards when I reconnected again with John, and we started to do more systemic treatments. And I found that there was those systemic treatments where I really started to gain overall health and well-being, increased vitality, strength, mobility, flexibility, just an overall sensation of health. And it was something that I was looking for, and this basically really drastically accelerated the process. But it was something about the energetic component, the intention of the instruments, that allowed my body to accelerate at an incredible rate and get better. They have been helping me in many ways that I could never have imagined, and I'm very thankful to John Thorp